Good afternoon and welcome to the Hawk Zone. Alongside Southside High School's most eligible bachelor and tennis ace, Jordan Taylor, my name is Brian Moore. Jordan, with the mid-season edition of the Hawk Zone going on, I got a couple questions for you. Everybody and their mama wants to know how it feels about being 5-0. They ask it all the time, so I'm not going to ask that because I don't really want to be beige. Going into the season, didn't look too bright. All summer long, we started off with about 60 players and dwindled down to 40. We lost nearly every passing league game that we played. We scrimmaged some 1A schools that are really small and competed against those and did average. But what happened during the summer to make us end up having such a success early in the year?
I think in the summer we worked a little bit harder than we have in previous years. More willing, I guess, because a fresh start. You know, the same coach a couple of years, you get a new coach, you want to work harder to do better, and you're pretty much just being tired of losing.
And also, now that we're 5-0, and it feels like you're kind of up on a pedestal a little bit. Being on that pedestal, does it feel good to be up there, or at the same time, does it feel like you're just easier target being up here to get scrutinized and criticized constantly?
Both. You know, it's nice to be undefeated and to win these first 5 games, but like you've told us a million times, we've beat the teams that we're supposed to beat by ranking. So this week we're playing a team that's ranked better than we are, so we'll see how we do with that. And
you said multiple times that your goal for the year was to make the playoffs, and you were a freshman last time we made the playoffs, and we're 4-6 under the Z plan. We made the playoffs being 4-6, and we've already exceeded that many wins, but we're under a different plan now. And what's it going to take for us to actually make the playoffs in this new plan?
I think, first of all, it's going to take 7 wins. I think, at least. I think it's going to take playing a lot better than we did last week for sure. Playing turnover-free ball in these bigger games, better teams. So just pulling out the close ones. If we're in a game, we definitely need to win it to be able to take that next step and play in the playoffs.
I agree. And after this short commercial break, we'll come back with some highlights from the JCM game.
A library card opens doors and opens minds. September is Library Card Sign-Up Month. Visit your library today. Today's libraries are more about doing than borrowing. More about connecting than simply plugging in. September is Library Card Sign-Up Month. Visit your library today or visit ilovelibraries.org. This message is brought to you by the Jackson City Council and the broadcasting class at Southside High School.
Welcome back to the Hawk Zone, Southside High School's football recap show. Coach, Friday night, your team had 6 turnovers. How did you manage to win a football game?
I think our turnovers just ended up in the exact position they needed to be. We never turned the ball over way deep in our own territory to give up a lot of points. When we did have turnovers, the majority of the time they're in the other team's end. So the field position battle right there helped us out. But you're not supposed to win with 6 turnovers, and I'm really glad that we were able to pull that one out.
Let's get straight to the action from the win. We're going to start off with JCM running the ball all the way down the field.
They just lost contain with outside linebacker. Definitely cannot have that happen and have success.
Of course, their first score here right up the middle.
Yeah, we had a blown assignment by our inside linebacker. He scraped over too far, and they jumped out to a 7-0 lead.
Back on offense, and we punt. JCM gets the ball back.
Yeah, breaking in a new punter, we're kind of concerned about that team. That did okay for us.
Good stop at the backfield by Jay Thorpe there. JCM does continue to move the ball, losing contain again here.
They were, and again, against speed. You can't lose containment against speed, not at the high school level. You're just never going to have success losing contain there.
Do end up getting the ball back, but Kay Willingham fumbles, and they pick it up and take it to the house.
They do. Obviously, cheap score for them there. Again, it gives them all that momentum, and we can't give up the momentum and expect to have success in the coming week.
Same play again here, just didn't pick up the blitzes.
Yeah, this particular play we didn't, but it's still at the same time, he's got to get the ball out pretty quick within 3 seconds. There were several times Friday night he kept the ball for 5, maybe 6 seconds.
Already in a 14-0 hole. Mark Ballard takes a hit here, but does hang on.
Great job of focus. Great job right there by him to hold on the ball, give us the first down.
Looks like we're going to move it down and maybe score here.
And this happened a lot. I mean, Tariq and Jay, they moved the ball down there on the ground, and we just, when we get down here, we just were coughing it up too many times. But again, like I said earlier, giving these turnovers down in there next to the end zone, it gives them a long field. And they gave it right back to us there. Cordell Bass had 2 picks Friday. That was a great job by him.
But we fumble again.
Back and forth, back and forth. Gosh, it's frustrating.
In a hole, 14-0 right before halftime. JCM moving the ball down the field again.
Yeah. Again, it's easy pitch and catch. All we had to do was make the tackle and miss the tackle. You know, you can't ever have any success missing tackles each and every play.
Quarterback Keat for a touchdown.
Yeah, he looks good playing quarterback over there. When he was here, he could only play basketball. I hate when he goes over there and play both.
JCM leading 20-0 at halftime. Next play here is a blocked extra point.
Very significant play by the most eligible bachelor from Southside, Jordan Taylor. Great job there. Definitely would have went into overtime if he hadn't done that. And I'm not too sure how well we'd have done in overtime.
Of course, a coughed up punt there by CJ.
Yeah, anytime you get full speed trying to return a punt before you've caught it, you need to tap out and not actually try to catch it. You need to make that mental error there.
But we do stop JCM right before halftime to go to the half, down 20-0. At halftime, you're down 20-0. What is the message?
The message is real simple. I mean, we got some adjustments we got to put in. We can preach all we want to, but talk's really cheap, no matter when you're talking. So we just wanted to implement our adjustments and go with it from there. And I thought they were pretty decent adjustments, and we showed it in the third quarter.
That's all for the first half of highlights. We'll be right back after this short commercial break with highlights from the second half.
College life is all about discovery, discovering new opportunities, new ways of thinking and learning, discovering the latest in technology and innovation. A campus lifestyle that will mold you and help you develop into a well-rounded, successful individual. Start your next chapter in life here at UT Martin Jackson Center. Day and evening classes available, 6 bachelor degrees, North Jackson 45 bypass, UT Martin Jackson Center.
Welcome back to the Hawk Zone. Coach, at halftime, after making a few adjustments, did you think your team had a good chance of getting back in this game?
I did. I mean, all we had to do was make those few adjustments and hold on to the ball. I thought if offense held on to the ball for 8 minutes straight, we'd score 14 points at least, just because offense was having success, and defense didn't make them adjustments to stop them and give our offense more opportunity.
Let's get straight to the action from the second half. First play here on the second half is a sweep play.
Yeah, great job there. Again, you know, at this point I'm thinking, when's he going to fumble? When's he going to fumble? When's another turnover coming? Because it's too great of a play, and in the first half we're shooting ourselves in the foot every other second.
Got a pass play here, but he does get sacked and gets called for intentional grounding.
Again, if he'd thrown the ball a little sooner, they might not have called that, but we held the ball a great deal of time there.
A fourth down play there, been nice to bat it down and get it.
Would have been, but again, it's all right. It is what it is. We got the ball back. It's the main thing.
After the sack, and we got a screen play here.
Great job. We've got a little better at the screen plays. You know, against a fast team, you got to throw a few screens in there that slows down their defensive lineman's rush.
Couldn't tell what that was. I think
Speed option, and did a great job there on that play. Again, we let it slip out there.
I think that was another fumble, actually.
Yeah,
A toss play there.
Yeah, and again, we caught contain there, but our inside-out pursuit was a little slow, so they ended up getting the edge on us again.
Back on offense, good play here by Ted Hughes.
It was great focus there, playing receiver. He's a great addition to the team. I hope he turns it up the next couple of weeks.
Some more pressure, but he does find Cordier Kinney.
Great job by Cordier here, moving the ball down the field.
Next play, across the middle for a touchdown. You're down 20-7, 4:59 left in the ball game.
Yeah, and again, you know, there's still time on the clock. We do a really good job managing the time this year. I think by now JCM only has one timeout. We got all 3 of ours. And of course, CJ doing a great job on the onside kick here. Can't tell you how valuable that play is there. It gives new life to the whole team. The energy on the sideline, you just feel it.
A little momentum going, and a pass to CJ to get us closer to the end zone.
Yeah, great job there. And of course, Cade's going to run this one in and make it 14-20 after Brandon Smith's PAT. CJ again, we didn't find out till after the game that JCM actually didn't even have a hands team, so they kept their linemen out there, not their skill players. And of course, here we go, Tariq going down close to the goal line. Of course, now we're all really feeling it.
Pass from Cade to C. No,
Yeah, took a sack there again, held the ball a little too long. I think he lost it. He did.
Yeah, he lost it. We got the ball back after a punt though.
Yeah.
Game-winning touchdown there.
It was game time touchdown. Great effort there. That was just an angle route.
We're gonna hang out here and watch everybody celebrate. It's 20-20. Are you nervous about Brandon Smith's attempt here?
I'm not. I wasn't nervous a bit. You know, some people would ask me if I thought I should have went for 2 here, just him being nervous. But I mean, he's a senior, so I mean, out of all the kids out there on the sideline, he's one of the older kids, whether he's been in a game or not, and he had done a heck of a job the previous 2. So I was perfectly fine with letting him take that. But at the same time, you got all this momentum. Your chances of having success in overtime, you know, they're exponentially went up. So I wasn't feeling too bad about overtime at the minute.
Snap, kick, and it's good. Up 21-20. That is how we end the ball game. You see JCN walking off the field there. They felt like they were out of it. Still 14 seconds left in the ball game there. What are you telling your team?
I'm telling the team I'm still going for an onside kick, so I don't want them to return, get a cheap score. So we still went for an onside kick after that, just to contain their return team, because again, they do have speed, so you got to respect that speed at any time.
3 touchdowns in 4 minutes and 59 seconds. How big is that?
That's huge. You know, you get to see your team keep composure, not freak out, and that's very valuable for the weeks to come. Hopefully we won't have to be put in that situation again, but we know that we're going to keep our composure if we are put in that situation again.
We're now going to talk about some key players from Friday night's win, starting with offensive stats. Tyreek Robinson, 11 rushes, 106 yards, 4 receptions for 46 yards.
Yeah, a heck of a job by him. Again, just got to hold on to the ball a little bit more. He runs hard every play, and if we can just keep his ankle healthy, we should have some success tomorrow night.
Cannon Cade, 25 for 48, 52 completion rate, 300 yards, 2 passing TDs, 1 rushing TD, and 1 pick.
And which is bad to say, but those numbers are becoming normal for him. You know, any other quarterback around here, you know, it's a career night, but he's turned that in. I don't know how many, 3 out of the 5 games he's turned that in right there. If we can just get him to get rid of that ball a little quicker and not throw a pick.
Needs a little help from his offensive line, too. I think that might be the offensive line coach down there not working with him enough.
It could be, but who knows.
Cordier with 7 receptions, 100 yards, and a touchdown.
And again, Cordier did a heck of a job once again, week in and week out. You know, we were kind of concerned last week about his hamstring. I thought he might have tweaked it a little bit, but he's done a pretty good job this week. The one to worry about this week's been CJ. He had some bruised ribs and was bruised pretty good. But out of all of our players on the team, I think CJ's, since his freshman year, he's become one of the more tougher ones. You never would have thought he'd have been a tough kid when he was a freshman, but he's definitely by far, he's not scared to come across the middle and catch that ball and get rocked, and he'll bounce right back up.
We can continue to talk about CJ if you don't mind him switching positions when Drew went down.
Yeah, man.
How hard is that for a player?
Well, for an average player, it's not. It's pretty difficult. But for a kid like him, he's accustomed to knowing where everybody on the field is supposed to be anyway, as far as a skill player is concerned. So it wasn't much of an adjustment for him. We're just glad that we got him on the same side as Hughes, so he can tell Hughes what to do on every snap. Defensively,
Friday night, who had a big game?
Jay Thorpe. I really messed Jay up. I apologize to him Wednesday. He wasn't put in the paper as a Brandon's beast, but he ended up with a slew of tackles. But of course, as you can tell up there, Cordell did a great job on those 2 picks, and I think Jay did the best job overall.
The rest of the players of the week up there, we got Brandon Smith, 3 for 3 on PATs. That's big too.
Oh yeah, that's huge. That's huge, especially in a game when you actually block one, thanks to you. You can't say enough about him and how well he's doing kicking the ball.
Like you said, CJ working hard to be the practice player of the week, and Cordell with 2 picks, and myself with a big play. Coach, how important is it to get off to a 5-0 start?
Well, it's always important to win as many games as you can. I mean, we won the first 5, so hoping that we can use that momentum, move it forward tomorrow. But as for a 5-0 start, you know, mathematically, that just means we can end up 5-5. That's all 5-0 means. So until we change that possibility tomorrow, we still have the possibility to go 5-5.
Thanks, Coach. After this short commercial break, we will talk about what the plan is to slow down that tough Dyersburg offense.
What's happening in libraries today? They're more about doing than borrowing, more about connecting than simply plugging in. Whether you want to get involved in your community, find a job, start a business, or simply get ahead, your library card is the key to opportunity. Libraries are transforming. Visit your library this September during Library Card Sign-Up Month and find out how, or visit ilovelibraries.org. This message is brought to you by the Jackson City Council and the Southside Broadcasting class.
Welcome back. Coach, what has to be done to slow down this Dyersburg team?
Really, first and foremost, we got to have zero mistakes alignment-wise. They do a lot of different sets and can get you unbalanced and out formation you, and they do it in each and every play. We really got to align right to slow that down.
Here's a good pass play by them over the middle who burns Liberty's defenders.
It is, and of course, you know, our kids years past have gotten in their head they can't compete against Liberty. So when you see a team take Liberty to the wire, it lets you know how serious this game is for us and how light our kids should not take this game.
Got a pretty good fullback back there as well. Here's a punter, but I was just going to talk about their fullback a little bit.
He does a great job. He hits that hole hard, not scared of anything. They run trap and ISO real well, which is two best plays. He can also come out of the backfield and catch the ball.
Running real hard, breaking a lot of tackles there.
He is. He runs hard, runs real hard. But all three of their backs actually do. I believe that was the tailback, unless I'm just way off.
Defensively, what kind of athletes do they got?
Defensively, they got some thicker kids than we're accustomed to seeing. Got a lot of speed. Of course, again, they only have, I believe, 2 high schools in the whole county, so they got a lot more athletes to choose from. So we definitely got to be able to contain their speed and be able to block them. Offensive line's got to give Cade enough time to get the receivers in place. I really don't think that they can cover our receivers too well. Skill guys-wise, I just think we'll have them. Our spacing's too good compared to what they're used to doing. It's only having three high in the secondary.
Some say tomorrow's game determines the rest of the season for us. Do you agree?
I believe it's a very pivotal point. I mean, obviously, if we don't come out and win, I don't think that we're going to turn it down like we have in years past. I do believe it's a very important game because obviously it's the only game this week, and it is our best opponent. So it's a really good time to test and see where we actually are because we're in the middle of the year, so it's not like we're win or go to the house or something. So it is a very important game, and hopefully we can come out and put on a show.
What are the main keys to tomorrow's game? Do you think you got to score a lot of points or play with good defense? A little bit of both?
I think right now, just based on the old adage is you're only as good as your last game. So I think the number one thing here is to hold the ball. Don't give up easy turnovers like we did last week. Because like you said, I mean, 6 turnovers. You can't have that. 6 turnovers, we're losing by 24, 30 at least. I think the key is come out and just get long drives, hold the ball, try to keep it away from them as much as we can, and try to punch it in and contain them defensively. I think you keep making them snap the ball, they're going to make some mistakes, maybe cough up a few balls because they are on the road. They're accustomed to playing on this turf, so them playing in grass is kind of an unusual element for them, and we play on grass every week, so it is quite different.
Thanks for your time. We'll see you back next week for highlights of Week 6 of the high school football season. Good luck and go Hawks.